8:57. Let's talk television drama and the most expensive French TV series ever made. It was, of course, about the longest-ruling French king, produced by a French broadcaster.
However, the costume drama Versailles has caused a bit of a stir. It's aired across the channel and is performed entirely in English. The king himself is played by an English actor.
It's been getting critics talking here in the UK for rather different reasons as well this week after it started its run on the BBC. We are joined by royalty in the studio this morning, by the king. Good morning.
Good morning.
George Blagden, and by his brother, the Prince, Alexander Vlahos. We'll chat in a moment. Thanks for coming in. But first, should we have a look at the show? This is Versailles.
The Spanish have fortified the towns of Charleroi, Tournai, Douai and Lille. General Ormond has his troops in the north. Turenne, his battalions lie to the east of Cambrai.
I say cut off all of Flanders, along with Lille, and the large Spanish bases in the east. Bruges, Ghent, Brussels, and Namur.
But to achieve your goal, we'd have to cut the Spanish off from Tournai and Douai. Who would lead our men? Every man's accounted for.
There is one, perhaps. But in truth, you may not be ready.
Well, we're joined now by George and Alexander. Alexander's playing King Louis.
Philippe.
Close.
Every time. Philippe, King Louis, 14th. One of the things I just picked up, though, the wigs.
Yeah.
And apparently you're under orders not to
I'm under
cut
orders
your
not
hair.
to cut my own hair, yeah. So that started at maybe a couple of months before we started filming season 2. And so, yeah, my actual hair can match the wig, whereas George's hair doesn't.
Mine can't.
Did you try?
No, I didn't even try. The head of hair, Miguel, told me that if I attempted to, it would go outwards, not down. So
He's not really called head of hair.
yeah, head of the hair
Head of
department.
hair
yeah.
department.
That's a great job title.
Head of hair.
Head of hair. Just sitting here looking at the two, I mean, you look like brothers. You look more like brothers than maybe I do with my brothers. I mean, did that strike you when you first met?
Yeah, it did, didn't it? It was
Yeah.
weird. A lot of people on Twitter and social media, when the announcement that we've been cast as brothers, were saying this perfect. And then when we did meet, you just finished filming Vikings.
Yeah.
And you had a sort of
I had
zero haircut.
Yeah, I had a huge ponytail, an undercut, shaved sides of my head, and a big beard. And
Courtesy of the head of hair?
No. yeah.
And we met about 2 weeks before we started filming, and they just sort of put us in a room in the studio and went, "Go on then, get on with it." So yeah,
So you bonded over hair?
bonded over his lack of hair and my growing of hair.
Yeah.
Looks perfectly healthy head of hair to me. So we were saying about the controversy that Versailles has caused. So give us your take. I mean, we can talk about how people are reacting here, but on the other side of the channel, just reacting to a French story played by English actors.
Yeah, I think...
It's quite a brave thing to take on in
It
terms
is.
of the production.
Yeah,
France,
it is. It's kind of like doing a series on Winston Churchill here and casting French actors in French. It's very bold what they did, but they wanted to show it to the most amount of people throughout the world. And they thought that if they filmed it in English, they would be able to do that. And I'm really glad they did, because we're there now.
But a lot of pressure on you, on the whole cast and the production team to get this right.
Yeah, I think, I didn't quite realise what a brand I would be playing. It wasn't just another character, it was really a brand. I remember flying into Charles de Gaulle for our first costume tests and I went into the toilets at Charles de Gaulle Airport, and there were lots of little Louis XIV heads on the wallpaper. And I thought, okay, this is not just another character, this is something that represents a lot to the French people.
That's what you were saying about it being a bold move. But you have to remember that if Louis was alive today, he would want this show to be done in English as an international, because he would want this story to be told to the masses. He would want everyone to know about his own history. So it's kind of first brand management. It's kind of like, that Sun King logo that Louis created is kind of like the Nike tick. It's mass marketing. to show to everyone else.
And it's not like the French viewers have turned it off. I mean, it's had massive audiences on French TV.
It has,
Yeah, it was their most popular show, I think, for the last 3 years.
What about the controversy here? Maybe it says more about us in the UK and the French being very different from us in some ways, but the headlines here have all been about how raunchy and racy it is. Did it surprise you that it got that kind of billing from UK media?
It didn't surprise me. I've been enjoying watching BBC shows the last year or two, and it seems to be a topic that's brought up quite a lot. And
we get it all the time here.
Yeah.
BBC
Always tell to turn it down here.
Yeah. No, but I think it's one of many elements in our show, and
it's one flavour. You know, it's one flavour of the many flavours that our show offers, and it's a shame that the press kind of picked up on that one aspect of the show. But I'm hoping that when people tune in to watch it, they're tuning in maybe for the wrong reasons, but they stay for the right reasons, which is the compelling drama, the good storytelling, and the great directing, and the massive, great sets.
Sets.
Stop it now. What time
Well, I was going to say.
9:03. Come on.
I was going to say it didn't do Game of Thrones any harm, did it?
Well,
in terms of like gathering viewers and despite the reputation it had for
we got
violence.
1.8 million viewers for a BBC Two slot on a 9:30 on a Wednesday, which is great for.
It's brilliant.
we're just happy people are talking about it, and we're really happy that many people have tuned in.
Well, thanks for coming to talk to us about it. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Episode 1 is still on iPlayer, isn't it?
It is. It's number 1 on iPlayer at the moment.
Is it?
And then episode 2 comes out on Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
Did you know that, or did you see that on the auto cue?
Is it on the auto cue?
There you go.
No, I just knew it because I'm really proud of being on
Doing
that side.
BBC presenter.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you
very
so
much
much.
indeed.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
Cheers, guys.
Very much.
We're going to talk to film producer and director James